Donald Trump is in court this morning. Matt Gaetz, by the way, is speaking right now to the House of Representatives, begging them to throw out Kevin McCarthy. This is going to get interesting, by the way, the whole thing with Matt Gaetz and Kevin McCarthy, because if Kevin McCarthy is kind of at a turning point right now. In all probability, Matt Gaetz's efforts is going to fail. But if it fails because there's a lot of Democrats who support McCarthy, that means that McCarthy has decided that he wants his legacy to be that he got some stuff done rather than he blew up the government. He doesn't want to have the Newt Gingrich legacy. He doesn't want to have the Paul Ryan legacy. He wants to have some kind of a positive legacy. Now, I'm not convinced that that's the case. And we're going to probably find out in the next 24 hours. But if, and Hakeem Jeffries has made it very clear, you know, we're not going to be your cheap date to Kevin McCarthy. But if McCarthy wants to get things done, the Democrats are willing to work with him. And they're willing to keep him in as Speaker. If he doesn't want to get things done, the Democrats are willing to vote against him. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez last night on MSNBC, yeah, of course, I'll be happy to vote to kick out Kevin McCarthy. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is in court. He is now facing 4 criminal trials, as well as a civil fraud trial. That's the one he's facing this morning. Michael Tomasky over at the New Republic says it's quite possible that by next November 5th, Donald Trump could not only be a damaged candidate because of these cases, but his political and business careers, and indeed his life, could be in tatters. I mean, Letitia James is asking for $250 million in fines. You've got the criminal trials starting with 2 of the defendants in Georgia. Their trials is going to start this month. One of those defendants just flipped. Not one of those 2, but one of the 19. Next January, he's got another civil trial where E. Jean Carroll's suing him for $10 million. And then he's got another trial that's been largely overlooked. This is a suit that was filed in 2018 alleging that he and his family were pushing this get-rich-quick scheme without disclosing payments from the companies behind him. I think this is the video phone scheme. And then there's even more criminal trials, the federal 2020 election case, the New York business record fraud, you know, paying off Stormy Daniels. Alvin Bragg is on that thing. That's a criminal trial. Trump could go to jail for that. And then the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. All in told, Donald Trump is facing 7 trials over the next year and a half. It's going to be pretty amazing. So, you know, we've got that going on. Jurors are under attack right now. Fonnie Willis is asking for additional protections. The court has ruled that that nobody down there, the media, cannot disclose the name of the jurors or any specific information about them. She's already had to get full-time police protection for herself, her daughters, her father, and her ex-husband. And Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee is also having to get security because Donald Trump, you know, just threatens anybody. A group of good government groups. This is Public Citizen, Not Above the Law, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, Sierra Club, Stand Up America, and a few dozen other groups. They wrote, Trump, by undermining institutions that both check government power and lawless individuals, aims to release himself from all constraints. For this reason, his vicious attacks on juries are sure to escalate. These attacks threaten centuries-old American institutions designed by the framers to hold to account any leader who would be king. Well, that's Donald Trump. He's the racist, he's the rapist, actually, who would be king. Jack Smith is saying no. And then we got a crazy alert for you. Stay tuned.